American Airlines Flight 119, a deep dive into the incident. Background and aircraft information. American Airlines Flight 119 was a scheduled passenger flight on December 29, 1980, operating from Chicago O'Hare International Airport to New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport. The aircraft used for this route was a McDonnell Douglas DC-1010, a large, wide-body airliner known for its advanced three-engine design that provided higher fuel efficiency and power redundancy. At the time, the DC-10 was a popular choice for long-haul flights due to its capacity to carry a large number of passengers while maintaining strong performance at high altitudes. However, the DC-10 had faced scrutiny after a series of high-profile accidents, which raised concerns about its design and safety features. Despite these issues, airlines and crews were well trained to handle the aircraft's unique characteristics and challenges. The crew on board that day was highly experienced. The captain, a veteran with thousands of flight hours, was skilled in managing both routine and emergency situations. His co-pilot, though relatively new to American Airlines, had undergone extensive training in handling the DC-10, including emergency protocols. Together, they were responsible for ensuring the safe passage of 225 passengers and 12 crew members. The flight and initial signs of trouble. The flight took off from Chicago without incident. As the aircraft reached cruising altitude at 35,000 feet, the crew began to notice subtle but unusual vibrations in one of the engines, which they initially attributed to turbulence. However, as the vibrations grew stronger and more pronounced, it became clear that the issue was isolated to the engine itself. Shortly thereafter, an alarm sounded in the cockpit, alerting the crew to a potential failure in engine No. 2, the DC-10's center engine located at the rear of the aircraft. This was a critical moment. Losing one engine on a three-engine aircraft, especially the central one, impacted both thrust and balance. The crew knew they needed to act swiftly to avoid compromising the flight's safety. The captain immediately directed the co-pilot to verify the engine's performance and run diagnostic checks while he communicated with air traffic control, alerting them to the situation and preparing for a potential diversion. Onboard response and communication. The captain, fully aware of the possibility of panic among passengers, took steps to maintain calm. He made an announcement over the intercom, explaining in measured tones that they were experiencing a minor mechanical issue and that they would be making an unscheduled landing as a precaution. By downplaying the severity, he hoped to keep passengers calm, reducing the risk of onboard chaos. Inside the cabin, the flight attendants began their emergency training protocols. They assured passengers that the situation was under control, reminding them to remain seated with their seatbelts fastened. Passengers remained tense but relatively calm, largely due to the crew's calm demeanor. Preparing for an emergency landing, the captain, after consulting with the co-pilot and determining that the engine needed to be shut down, made the difficult decision to divert the flight to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, the nearest airport equipped for a DC-10 emergency landing. The crew communicated this to air traffic control, who began clearing other traffic from the runway in anticipation of their arrival. As they prepared for descent, the loss of one engine forced the pilots to adjust their approach carefully. The DC-10 was heavier than usual, carrying more fuel due to the shortened route, which increased the difficulty of the landing. The crew performed a controlled descent, carefully monitoring the remaining engines and adjusting the thrust to compensate for the loss of the center engine. Their primary concern was ensuring that the landing gear could withstand the increased load upon touchdown. The aircraft entered its final approach with all eyes in the cockpit on the instruments. The runway was lined with emergency response vehicles, their lights flashing as they stood ready for any outcome. The DC-10 descended smoothly, though the crew faced increased wind resistance and the risk of a heavier than usual impact. The captain executed the landing with precision, guiding the aircraft onto the runway at a controlled speed. The DC-10's wheels touched down, and a collective sigh of relief spread through the cabin as the plane came to a full stop. Passengers applauded the crew, grateful for their professionalism and calm throughout the incident. Aftermath and investigation following the landing, the aircraft was quickly inspected by maintenance teams while the passengers were transported to the terminal. The investigation that followed revealed that the engine failure had been caused by a malfunction in the oil system, which led to insufficient lubrication. Without proper lubrication, the engine components overheated, resulting in a gradual breakdown of engine function. The National Transportation Safety Board (NTSB) conducted a thorough investigation, which concluded that while the crew had managed the emergency superbly, the incident highlighted a vulnerability in the DC-10's design. Specifically, the oil system was identified as a critical component that required more rigorous inspection to prevent similar malfunctions. The findings prompted American Airlines and other carriers to enhance their engine maintenance protocols, ensuring that oil levels and lubrication systems were checked with greater frequency. Legacy of Flight 119. The incident aboard Flight 119 became a case study in effective crisis management. The captain and co-pilot's calm demeanor, quick decision-making, and adherence to emergency procedures were credited with preventing a potential disaster. Their handling of the situation emphasized the value of training, communication, and the ability to remain composed under intense pressure. This story of American Airlines Flight 119 remains a powerful reminder of the complexities of aviation and the dedication required to keep passengers safe. It also underscores the importance of maintaining rigorous standards in aircraft maintenance, as even minor oversights in critical systems can lead to life-threatening situations. Effective crisis management and crew training. The handling of American Airlines Flight 119 provides a textbook example of how thorough training and strategic crisis management are essential in aviation. When the crew detected unusual vibrations in engine No. 2, they responded with a blend of technical expertise and calm, reassuring communication. This approach prevented chaos and instilled confidence among passengers who might otherwise have panicked, making an already difficult situation even more challenging. Crisis management in aviation isn't just about mechanical skills. It requires strong situational awareness, the ability to assess risks quickly, and a calm demeanor in high-pressure situations. The Flight 119 crew displayed these skills by following emergency protocols meticulously, communicating openly with air traffic control, and maintaining clear, concise internal communication in the cockpit. They worked as a cohesive team, with each member taking on essential roles that enabled them to handle the emergency with precision and focus. The flight attendants also played a crucial role in managing the cabin environment. As soon as the captain announced the engine trouble, they promptly moved into action, engaging passengers, addressing concerns, and creating an atmosphere of control and order. Their role in crisis management emphasizes that it's not just the pilots who ensure safety, it's a team effort involving everyone on board. The success of Flight 119's emergency landing highlights the value of simulated emergency training, which prepares pilots and crew to react quickly and make sound decisions under pressure. It underscores the importance of consistent, high-quality training that doesn't just teach technical skills but also develops psychological resilience, teamwork, and adaptability, key traits that define exceptional aviation professionals. Through calm and decisive action, the Flight 119 crew turned a potentially catastrophic engine failure into a successful emergency landing, solidifying their actions as a powerful lesson in the significance of effective crisis management in aviation.